Welcome to Bipolar Talks, a space where we explore the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Whether you live with bipolar disorder, know someone who does, or are simply curious, you're in the right place. Today, we invite you to listen mindfully, with an open heart and a curious mind. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this episode if you find it helpful. Your support helps us reach more people on their mental health journey. Now, let's settle in for today's question. Can exercise help with bipolar disorder? Let's start with why this topic deserves our attention. If you live with bipolar disorder, you probably know how unpredictable mood can be, swinging from the energy of mania or hypomania to the heavy stillness of depression. While medication and therapy are frontline treatments, many people ask, is there something else I can do to feel more balanced? That's where exercise comes in. But this isn't a one-size-fits-all fix. In today's episode, we'll explore how physical activity interacts with mood regulation in bipolar disorder, the science, the risks, the rewards, and real-life stories from people who've been there. Have you ever noticed your mood shift after a long walk or a quick run? Let's take a deeper look. So, what does science tell us? There's growing evidence that regular physical activity can support mental health, including for those with bipolar disorder. But how exactly? 1. Boosting mood through brain chemistry. Exercise increases levels of endorphins, natural feel-good chemicals, dopamine and serotonin neurotransmitters involved in mood regulation, BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports brain cell growth and resilience. These chemicals are often disrupted in bipolar disorder, particularly during depressive episodes. So, engaging in physical activity might help rebalance some of those systems. A 2015 review in the Journal of Affective Disorders found that moderate aerobic exercise helped reduce depressive symptoms in bipolar patients, especially when paired with mood-stabilizing treatment. 2. Circadian rhythms in sleep. Bipolar disorder is closely tied to disruptions in sleep and circadian rhythms. Exercise, especially if done at consistent times, can help regulate your internal clock. That stability can reduce the risk of triggering a mood episode. In fact, some researchers now refer to social rhythm therapy, which encourages people with bipolar disorder to maintain stable routines, including sleep, meals, and yes, exercise. Have you ever felt more grounded just by keeping a routine? Let's talk about the holistic benefits of movement. 1. Empowerment and self-efficacy. Living with bipolar can sometimes feel like your brain is in the driver's seat and you're just along for the ride. Exercise can restore a sense of agency and empowerment. Finishing a workout, even a 10-minute walk, can remind you that you can make choices that benefit your mind and body. That sense of mastery can be a powerful antidote to the helplessness that often accompanies depression. 2. Stress relief. Physical activity can help discharge mental and physical tension, the kind that builds up during stressful periods or just day-to-day living. Reducing stress is critical, especially for those with bipolar disorder, because high stress levels are known triggers for both manic and depressive episodes. 3. Community and connection. Joining a group class, a running club, or even attending a yoga session online can provide social connection, which is deeply protective for mental health. Human beings are wired to connect, and bipolar episodes can be isolating. Movement with others can bridge that gap. It's important to be honest. Exercise isn't always straightforward when living with bipolar disorder. 1. Mania and over-exercising. During a manic or hypomanic episode, a person might feel unstoppable. That energy can translate into excessive exercise, which may disrupt sleep further, deplete the body physically, reinforce manic behavior. Someone might suddenly start running 10 miles a day without rest, feeling invincible. But that can actually deepen the manic state. Mindfulness matters here. Is the exercise helping you feel balanced? Or is it feeding the mania? 2. Depression and motivation. On the flip side, during depressive episodes, even getting out of bed can feel impossible. Exercise may sound good in theory, but the motivation gap is real. This is where compassion comes in. It's okay to start small, even standing up and stretching for 60 seconds counts. There's no single best workout, but research and lived experience point to a few particularly helpful types. 1. Walking. Simple, accessible, and low pressure. A 20-minute walk in nature can lift mood and regulate energy without overdoing it. 2. Yoga and Tai Chi. These mind-body practices combine gentle movement with breath awareness. They're especially good for reducing anxiety and stabilizing mood. 3. Swimming. The sensory feedback of water can be incredibly calming. Plus, it's joint-friendly and low-impact. 4. Dancing. Joyful, expressive, and often done to music. Dancing releases endorphins and can tap into creativity. 5. Strength training. It builds not just muscle but confidence, and it can be done at your own pace. The key is this: consistency over intensity. You don't have to train like an athlete. You just need to move regularly in a way that supports your rhythm. Let's bring it down to earth. How do you create a movement routine when you're living with bipolar disorder? 1. Start where you are. Forget perfect. Focus on progress. If you're depressed, your goal might be simply to stand up and stretch every hour. 2. Schedule it in. Routine supports rhythm. Whether it's a morning walk or evening yoga, predictability can help stabilize mood. 3. Track how you feel. Use a journal or app to track what kind of exercise you did, how you felt before and after, any changes in sleep or mood. This helps you identify patterns. Some people find that exercising in the afternoon improves sleep. Others feel calmer with morning movement. 4. Talk to your provider. Always include your mental health team when adding new routines. They can help you notice red flags, like if exercise is feeding mania or if it's too ambitious during depression. Let's hear from real people. Sarah, 32, bipolar 2. During my depressive episodes, I couldn't even brush my hair. But one day, I just stood up and walked around the block. That was the start. Now I go walking 3 times a week. It doesn't fix everything, but I feel like I'm taking care of myself. James, 41, bipolar I. I used to hit the gym hard when I was hypomanic. I felt like a superhero. But I learned the hard way. I burned out and spiraled into mania. Now I stick to calm workouts, like yoga and swimming. I track everything with my therapist. Stories like these remind us that exercise isn't about fixing bipolar. It's about supporting your whole self. Let's be clear. Exercise is not a cure for bipolar disorder, but it is a powerful tool in the mental health toolbox. When practiced mindfully, with awareness and balance, movement can support mood regulation, reduce stress, improve sleep, restore a sense of control. But it has to be tailored to you, your energy, your symptoms, your needs. So ask yourself, what kind of movement feels good to my body right now? What would help me feel just 1% more balanced today? That's where the magic begins. Thank you for joining us today on Bipolar Talks. We hope this episode helped you explore a new layer of understanding around exercise and bipolar disorder. If this conversation resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone who might need it. Let's keep building this community of care, one story at a time. And remember, while we explore evidence and experience here, this YouTube video is for informational purposes only. Always consult with a qualified expert before making changes to your treatment or lifestyle. Until next time, stay kind to yourself and keep moving at your own pace.